Autosuggestion. Have you ever found yourself in a position where your thoughts seem to affect the reality around you, especially when it comes to behavioral or actionable consequences presented by yourself? A very common example of this effect can be seen in times of fear, where you find yourself saying repeatedly, "I must be brave," before embarking on the task. The courage that you feel after telling yourself that you had to be brave is the very essence of autosuggestion. The original idea of autosuggestion occurred from the apothecary Emile Coue in the early 20th century when he discovered the placebo effect and how it presented noticeable improvements in his clients when he praised them. With time, autosuggestion has since been attributed to the acceptance of the subconscious, which in turn affects the mind-body connection, creating new beliefs and thus affecting the reality and outcome of the individual. The effects, however, only works if the idea is within the realm of possibility. For example, a person is able to make himself more confident simply because he's lacking in self-esteem, which can be easily altered with a new belief. But someone that is blind can't convince himself that he can see through autosuggestion simply because his eyes do not function to begin with. Autosuggestion works simply because the body and mind are so intricately connected. As such, it is extremely important that you do not let your willpower get in the way of your self-established beliefs. This includes downplaying yourself based on personal judgments, because the resistance of change prevents the autosuggestion from actually embedding itself wholeheartedly in your subconscious. Now, it may seem as if autosuggestion sounds like some phony, placebo-induced state, which you've read on the internet and doesn't really work in real life. But if you think hard enough, you'll realize that more often than not, you're actually implementing autosuggestion without even thinking about it. Let's have a look at some examples of autosuggestion in our everyday lives. Ever had a really bad day where everything seems to not go your way and you find yourself angry with everyone in your vicinity? All of a sudden, a random thought of what someone said about taking life into your own hands and not letting one bad thought ruin your day pops into your mind. You think about it and realize how apt that is before saying to yourself, "All right, from this point on, it is going to be a good day." And before you know it, everything seems back to normal. That, my friends, is autosuggestion in play. Another example of autosuggestion that you may already be doing is looking in the mirror every morning before leaving the house and saying something positive about yourself. I personally find myself saying, "You look good today. Let's kick some ass at work," before leaving for my job on a regular basis. With that being said, you start to realize that most of the things you'll tell yourself seem to be autosuggestions. Yet, why does it not always work? Well, a very good reason for that would be because we often talk ourselves down. People that are extremely cynical in nature find themselves to be a victim of this, because as soon as a positive thought pops into their mind, so does the negative thought, and it destroys them. A very good example of this would be people that have problems with their confidence. They may find themselves saying, "I will not panic. I will walk into that room and kill that presentation." But at the back of their heads, they don't believe that. They're unsure when they say that, and the moment they walk into the room, the looming eyes of the crowd shatters their confidence, and they find themselves saying, "I can't do this." So how do you effectively use autosuggestion to improve your life? If the last example sounds like you, fret not. I was once like you, afraid of the world and of myself, letting my self-doubts consume me. But I discovered a few tips that allowed me to slowly build my confidence up and effectively begin to incorporate autosuggestions in my everyday activities. The very first thing you need to do is to create conscious autosuggestion. It can be anything from getting yourself into the habit of reading a book or running 10K in competition. So once you created conscious autosuggestion, here's some techniques how to make it work for you. 1. Getting rid of your cynicism. For some people, the first step to getting autosuggestion to work is to get rid of internal strife. You may skip this step if you don't find talking down to yourself being a major problem to you. Although, having a strong willpower is thought to be detrimental and hinders the effects of autosuggestion from working, I found out that it could be a good thing when used in the right way. Through active meditation and reflection, I grounded my thoughts and allowed myself to accept the negative feelings that I felt. From there, I willed myself to believe in my autosuggestion and simply to accept and let my negative feelings go. The key here is to recognize that the negative feelings will come, but allowing it to pass instead of taking control of your mind. 2. Use your body to aid in your autosuggestion. Like I've previously mentioned, the mind and body is intrinsically connected. As such, use your body to enforce your autosuggestion, increasing the connection between your mind and body. If you want to be confident, don't just tell yourself that you'll be confident. Spread your arms wide and above you, taking up as much space as possible. Own the confidence and act as though you already embody it. 3. Use sleeping. While you sleep, your conscious mind is sleeping, but your subconscious mind is still working and processing the information you have been consuming. That's why I always practice autosuggestion before I go to bed. I normally read through my next day's main tasks and prepare myself for them. 4. Use visualization and emotions. Autosuggestion works even better if alongside autosuggestion, you imagine situations where you already have acquired the desired results. And it is especially strong if you can attach emotions to your imagination. Feel the excitement about the achievement, and more emotions you can attach to it, more stronger you desire for achieving it will become. 5. Use writing. This, in fact, is the process of autosuggestion by itself, because we write things down in order to remember them. If you want to increase the power of autosuggestion, you can practice to write your autosuggestion down. When you write the autosuggestion down, your brain and subconscious mind consumes this information much better than just by saying it to yourself. I also like to write my short-term goals out and attach them to my whiteboard near my working desk, so it is in my view every day, and I read them every day to autosuggest them. Of course, there will be times when you may slip up or your autosuggestion may not seem to work as best as you would like it to, but that is all part and parcel of learning to manage your emotions and understanding yourself. Pick yourself up and again actively remind yourself of the goals you have to set up for yourself, and sooner or later you'll realize just how far you've grown. If you have any questions about areas of life where you're struggling or want to make improvements, please tell me in the comments below or write to me at Facebook or Twitter, and I'll make a video about how best to approach it.